we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley.
And this will be a Giants first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and...
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater out to the right here to Shepard. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The ball carrier.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Again, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the...
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
At the 26-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
A gain of 7. First down, Washington.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
DeAndre Baker there defensively.
This will be caught inside the 10. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Jones. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that one, a 13-play drive in total.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there.
And you know, Charles, it's been a terrific season for them. They couldn't quite get that #1 seed and the associated bye that goes with it, but nevertheless, they've got to be one of the favorites here to win it all.
They do, because of the season that they've had, the position that they're in, and we know under the old playoffs.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And, you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Washington.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Now Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Washington on 3rd down.
A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Michael Gallup, 58 yards.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Is good.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs. But this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
Stay on course. Obviously, you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Hey, watch number 5.
Bridgewater over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11.
Here's Bridgewater. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
2nd and 9. At the 20.
2nd and 9 now. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Sheldon Rankins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Washington on third down.
A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Bridgewater. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
That's good for the Giants.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Washington offense heading out.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On second down, it's Jones, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Pickup of 2 yards. First down, Washington.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Rankins on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones.
Another carry.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
On the play. And it's 3rd.
And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Now, coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yard.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 17 yards out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
McManus now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Bridgewater now. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the 4th and final game here on this wildcard weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's NFC wildcard game. And it was the Green Bay Packers who will continue on in these playoffs as they eliminate the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Second and 10.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
Lead to number 35. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop the throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And calling a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Now a dump off here complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run it with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Barkley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Right there, 54, right there.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Another Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw, Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
31-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Play to the running back.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll keep it on the ground. Newell, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team. But the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a 1st down as well. This is Jones pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jones again, the ball carrier. He's brought down.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 28. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st down, Washington.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards there at a Washington 1st. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
On the delay, Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
From the gun, Bridgewater.
Catch made by Slayton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Out of the gun, Bridgewater.
That's complete to Slayton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Now Bridgewater.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Bridgewater again. Open man right side is Ingram. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7.
And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Teddy Bridgewater sacked.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is Barkley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Teddy Bridgewater sacked. A fumble on the play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater.
Bridgewater's pass.
High throw, but the catch is made. They get the completion, but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it, but 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point, on the road no less in the wild card round, and they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. And they work this out past the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Washington.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Jones with a carry on 1st down, but I don't think he even made it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense all over that one.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 11.
Again, it's Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Carrier brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.